Hey guys, welcome back. We are seed starting, hopefully. We'll see if my little helper lets me. Anyways, wanted to show you what we're doing. And with 60 degrees outside today, we're actually able to enjoy the weather. And yeah, so let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm trying something different this year. Last year I did peat pellets. I was not happy with the peat pellets. I tried them the year before. They're really high maintenance. You have to get the water just right. There's no real room for error. So this year we're trying an organic seed starter mix. I got it at our local Rail City Garden Center. It was like, I think, $17 for the bag. It was a little dry. These bins are in the concrete section at the hardware store. I like putting my soil in them so that I can just like take a cup and scoop, or in this case, because it was so dry, I added, I don't know, a gallon or a gallon and a half of water. So yeah, now it's moist enough. And this year, instead of the peat pellets, I am recycling old containers and using these ones that I never used. So these are like the 6 and 8 packs that you get when you get annuals or packs at the hardware store or local stores. So we're recycling this year, and the trays are from the peat pellet trays. I also had some from before, and then these, I actually, come to think of it, this one might be my husband's. Oh well, we have plenty of them. Actually, I don't think he got any more. Ha, just kidding. Okay, so anyways, I am planning, right now you can see I've got a few with dirt in them. And sorry for the shadow, guys, but it is bright out here. I'm probably going to put 2 seeds per. And because it's not in the peat pellet, it will be easy to separate them later. And I can get 2 plants per, space. With those 6 packs, I probably won't do that, or anything with a smaller cell. These are a little larger, so I think I can get away with a little more. It is March 5th. So with March 5th, technically on March 1st, I should have started eggplant and hot peppers. So my goal today is eggplant and hot peppers and maybe some brassicas. I would really like to figure out how to grow brassicas here in Reno. They're kind of a pain, and because we get too hot. And they're kind of like a longer growing season, but I've been told that if you get them in the ground in March, you have a shot at it. So that's what we're going with. Oh, you guys look. I got one other pack of seeds. These are the burpless cucumbers. I made some really good pickles out of them from the neighbor's garden last year, so I would like to do that again. And then I'll be putting these in the dirt after I soak them in water for a little bit. They're a little dry right now. They were in the greenhouse, and when I walked out in the greenhouse, it was 100 degrees or 105. But we got Walla Walla yellow, and we got candy red apple, or red candy apple. Guys, they smell so good. And then, since my strawberries didn't make it, we got strawberries. Everbearing strawberries. There's 15 sets of roots in here, so they're about $1.50 a piece, 22 bucks. I imagine there's close to 100 in here, but I have no idea for sure. But I'll be taking a chunk out of each of those and starting some this week, and then in a couple weeks I'll start another group, and in a couple weeks I'll start another group, so they don't all come together at once, because I mean, who can eat all these onions all at once, right? Especially since we don't have cold storage, and I can't do anything with in-ground cold storage because our water table is too high. And for those of you wondering where my helper is, hi, baby. Hello, my love. What you doing? You helping? So that's what all the noise is. Oh, he's kind of moody. He's got a tooth coming in. So anyways, I will come back when I've got everything loaded up for the day, or when I have to tap out for the day. We'll see what happens. It might be after next nap. So be right back. Well, we have moved into the house, and we have done so because if you follow the developmental leaps with infants, we're in leap 7 and we're teething. So he's a handful lately. Anyways, it occurs to me that some of you may not know about seed starting. So I'm going to give a little quick step one. If you already know this, sorry if you don't, or maybe you do it different. I'm open to suggestions. Anyways, hey guys. So it occurred to me that some of you may have never started seeds before, or maybe I have tips, or maybe you have tips that can help each other out. So I have dirt in my little 6 cells, and now these ones are all ready, but this one's not. And what I wanted to show you is once I get the dirt in there, and this is moist dirt, this isn't dry dirt. The dirt that came in the bag was actually fairly dry. So what we have is, what I do is I just give it like a gentle tap and get some of the air out of there so that I can make sure I'm not smashing it in there. I'm just trying to remove air so that I can see once I water how far it's going to sink. It's going to reduce the sinking of the dirt, which is going to reduce the depth that your seeds will fall when you go to water. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of space in here, like more than an inch. So here's my little dirt vat that you saw earlier. And I'm just going to add a little bit where I think I need it. And I would be doing this without gloves, but I might have to grab a baby quickly, so I hope you guys don't mind the background noise. This is real life. Okay, so pretty happy with that depth. Now these cells are actually pretty deep. They're a good 3 inches. So because they're a good, 3 inches, I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 seeds per. That way, since I'm not using, because one of these trays, these are, I believe, 10 by 24, or yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyways, when you do the peat pellets, you can get 72 in one tray. Well, I'm getting 6 times 5, so I'm getting 30, and I'm going to double it. So I'll get 60. So I'm not going to be as space efficient, but I don't have to transplant as quickly, and transplanting should be easier. And the water uptake should be better. Like, I don't have to be as finicky about the water, which was really hard for me last year. And now that we have a baby, I need to do things the easiest way I know how. So what I have here is long purple eggplant. These are actually really generous plants. They give a lot, enough that a few went to the chickens because we just didn't have the ability to eat them in time with all the other stuff growing. So I put some over here so I could find them. Whee! Okay. So what I do is I did not fill these up all the way. There's about a 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to put 1 seed on each side. And I actually have a pair of angled tweezers for this, and it's out in the greenhouse and I didn't grab them. So anyways, there's my 2 seeds, one there and one there. And then I take a little bit of dirt and I put it on top. That's actually more than I wanted to. Okay. And I gently put it down. And there you go. That's how I start my seeds. The reason I don't dig a hole and then put my seed in and then pinch it shut, with this peat pellets, I did that because that's what you're supposed to do. With the dirt, it's just easier to throw a little layer on top. And the general rule of thumb is, depending on the size of your seed, twice as deep as your seed is large. So these are actually very small seeds. Eggplant seeds are pretty small. So because of that, they don't need to go very deep. No losing seeds on the carpet. Okay. Yeah, you can see those are pretty small compared to the dust particles or the dirt particles that fell off while I was doing this earlier. So don't go too deep. If you go too deep, well, you're going to have a bit of a problem. So anyways, that is how I start seeds. These will go on the heat mat probably tomorrow, just because I don't know how far I'm going to get tonight. And my husband will be home in the morning, so he'll be able to hang out with the baby while I work on this and get more accomplished. And I will do a separate video about that. So, anyways, as you can see, I already have 4 trays prepped and full of dirt. I still have some dirt here, and then I did stick my onion starts and my strawberry starts in here to take in some of the moisture because they were pretty dry being out in the greenhouse. So I figure what the heck, why not help them out a little bit. And then the tray, this is, I don't know, 3/4 of a bag of that 1.5 cubic foot of dirt that I showed you earlier. And I still have a little bit left after filling 3 trays with these, and then the tray I showed you guys earlier with all the little rectangles. I might see if I can find more of those little rectangles online because they seem to fit in these trays better. And I don't want to lose too much grow space, especially since I only have 2 heat mats, which will fit, I believe, 4 of these each. So I can get 8 trays on my heat mats, which is fine. Once they get established, I don't necessarily have to have them on heat mats, but later on I will. So anyways, when I rotate out. So thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope my background music of the child isn't too frustrating for you, but I appreciate your time, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.